Alright, hi. My name is Mike. I'm 28. I'm from Southern California. It is 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm doing this because I came across a video on YouTube. It's kind of gay, but I kind of felt touched by it because it was a fellow reptile enthusiast. He's having his animals taken away from him. You know, it's a legal thing. He's trying to appeal it. I wish him the best, you know. If you keep stuff where you're not supposed to keep it, eventually it's going to get taken away from you and you're going to get fined, you know, if you get caught. And that's just the way it is. I guess this appeal goes out to his landlords to maybe grandfather him in somehow. I know there's loopholes, you know, you guys can bend the rules. You guys can help this guy out. He loves what he does. I love what I do. Let me give you a little tour of my room here. First of all, you'll notice I don't have a bed. I sleep on the couch. That's my closet, my computer, my big snake cage here. Let me show you what's in here. All 100% legal, by the way. This guy Nick has nothing near what's in here. He has some monitors and some small pythons and boas and whatever. Nothing dangerous whatsoever. Now, I wouldn't call these guys dangerous, but that's a 16-foot python and it's hungry. It would try to eat me if I went in there right now. Here's another one. This guy's about 10 feet long, soaking in his water dish. Hello, beautiful. He's not so mean, but he's gonna get 20 feet long, just like that one. She's not 20 feet yet, but she will be. I keep feeding her. I built this cage myself. It's been customized over the last 2-3 years now. I don't even know. There we go. Everything's done just to make sure she can't get out. She actually has gotten out and wrecked my room a couple times. You know, that happens. I guess when you have professional cages, escapes aren't so common, if at all. Here's a couple of my little baby ball pythons that I just hatched out a couple months ago. It's my light. Look at that. That thing's beautiful. Completely harmless. Why would you want to take this away from someone? Now, speaking of legality, we don't have laws against arachnids. We don't have laws against certain dogs that can be problems. You know, I'm not going to say pit bulls because pit bulls can honestly be the sweetest animals in the world. You know, the owner makes the dog, but certain breeds are what they are. Just like the spiders. This is a king baboon tarantula right here. That thing's gonna get 10 inches at least and be really, really mean. Have pretty good venom. There's a little scorpion, not very toxic at all. Has a good attitude on him though. Got my adult ball pythons in this big cage back here. A couple of what I call girlfriend spiders. Friendly little rose-haired tarantulas. Completely harmless. From Chile. In here I have a baby western diamondback rattlesnake. He's hiding in his hide box like he should. And I just slipped. And here's a spider that has a name that's pretty unpronounceable. No common name. Real terrible attitude and pretty bad venom. From Southeast Asia, I think Thailand. And here we have an Indian ornament. No, actually it's a ghost ornamental tarantula. It's from India. In these two blue cages here we have what's in there? We have two Heteroscadra maculatas. They're Togo starburst baboon tarantulas. They're arboreal, highly venomous tarantulas from the country of Togo. Oops, sorry about that, buddy. And there we have a red slate ornamental, also from India, also very, very highly venomous. In here, not so venomous, but much more of an attitude, Venezuelan sun tiger. We don't mess with her too much. This is another one of my reticulated pythons. She's soaking in her water because she had a dry shed. It's just part of what we do, you know, we take care of our animals. Also, I mean, you want to talk about safety and you want to talk about what you're allowed to have and what you're not allowed to have. These rats in here probably pose more of a health hazard to anybody in my house, in other people's houses, than any reptile possibly ever could. But I breed the rats to feed to the snakes. Right now in this bucket, I don't have room for them in cages, but I have one western diamondback and one speckled rattlesnake in here. They're brumating. The temperature is pretty cool. They've been chilling for the winter. But again, 100% legal in California because they're local species and they're also captive bred. Put some light on you from over here. Hey, Specs. Oh, you're in blue, aren't you, Specs? Now these animals could, you know, hurt me very badly, but I appreciate them for what they are. I don't tempt them. I don't give them a reason to hurt me. I just leave them alone, let them do their thing, observe them from time to time. And see, now they're nice and calm. They're not even rattling. They're just flicking their tongues and wondering what I'm up to, because they're trying to sleep right now. Go ahead and put your top back on and put you back in the dark. So anyway, if you want to talk about dangerous things, that's absolutely not dangerous. They cannot get out of there. But compared to what this guy Nick has in his place, man, he might as well have kittens. You're gonna take somebody's kittens away from him? I know you can't. You know, I'm not letting anybody take my babies away from me. I'm not doing anything wrong, but you know, somebody gets all uppity and wants to complain about what I have, I might have to deal with some problems just like he would. So, you know, that's kind of why I'm doing this right now. It's, like I said, it's 2 in the morning. I need to get up and get on a bus at 7 o'clock in the morning so I can get to work at 10 o'clock. But here I am. So that's my appeal to Nick's landlords. I don't know Nick's last name, but you know who he is. He's the big guy with the snakes, and you're probably going to court with him tomorrow, I think. Just understand that it's a passion. It's not something. He's not trying to be creepy. He's not trying to, you know, make a statement of who he is or whatever. He's just genuinely interested in what he does, and he wants to educate other people about, you know, what he does. I feel the same way. There's not really much else to say about that. You know, you can appeal to your human senses, or you can follow the law as it's written. You know, if you want to be that way, that's a way to be, I guess. If you want to see a human who has his passions and his beliefs, allow him to do what he does in a safe manner where it doesn't hurt anybody. It actually educates people and you know, generates interest in something that wouldn't generally have interest. You know, I've run out of things to say. That's, you know, that's just things to consider. Things to consider before you take somebody's passion away from them. Good night.